The Residence Nil Rate Band was designed to make it easier for you to pass on the family home without incurring inheritance tax, and this video explains how it works. The Residence Nil Rate Band applies to individuals with direct descendants who have an estate, including a main residence that exceeds the current inheritance tax threshold. You may qualify for the Residence Nil Rate Band if you're giving away your home to your children or grandchildren, which includes those who are adopted, fostered and stepchildren. This means you'll gain an additional threshold before inheritance tax becomes due on your estate, which is £150,000 for the current financial year of 2019 to 2020, and £175,000 for the financial year 2020 to 2021. After that, it will increase in line with the Consumer Price Index. The additional threshold will be added onto the standard nil rate inheritance tax band, which is £325,000 for the financial year of 2019 to 2020. This means your inheritance tax threshold will be £475,000. There are 3 restrictions that should be considered. The first is that the Residence Nil Rate Band is only available on estates under £2 million. Once an estate is over this amount, the relief tapers by £1 for every £2. The second is that the level of allowance available to you is directly linked to the value of your property. So, if your property is worth £100,000 on death, the relief will be capped at £100,000. Any house worth over £350,000 after 2020 will still only get £350,000 of allowance. The third restriction is that property that passes into a discretionary trust on death for the potential benefit of direct descendants will not qualify. This is because the property has to be becoming part of the direct descendants' estate. The Residence Nil Rate Band works like a standard nil rate inheritance tax band in that any unused portion is transferable between spouses and civil partners. This means the unused percentage from the estate on the first death can be claimed on the second death. If your partner died before 6th of April 2017, the full Residence Nil Rate Band will be available for transfer unless the value of the estate exceeded £2 million. The family home does not need to be owned at death in order to qualify for the relief. So, if you have downsized or sold your property to move into care, the Residence Nil Rate Band will still be available as long as the property would have qualified for the additional threshold had you retained it, and the replacement property and/or assets form part of the estate and pass to descendants. The points covered in this video provide an overview of the Residence Nil Rate Band, and you should remember that this relief is complex, with implications on your will, gifting money or assets, putting assets in trusts, and all areas of inheritance tax planning. Beckett Financial Services is an award-winning firm of financial consultants. We have been helping clients tackle potential inheritance tax issues for more than 30 years. To talk with a consultant, phone 01284 754 500 or email info@beckettinvest.com. Our website is www.beckettinvest.com, and you'll find our social media links there if you would prefer to connect with us in that way.